Okay, hey, it's Beatle Brad with part 2 of the Beatles Fest for Beatle fans, and this is day 2, so stay tuned. I got something really neat to show you in this episode. Enjoy!
And I'll introduce you and he can introduce the film so we can get it rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Weitzman and Andy.
Hello. I believe that we're all finally back in a room enjoying this fest, and it's down to you guys and all of us pulling through what has been a really difficult few years for all of us, I'm sure. That we're going to be presenting in 3 or 4 months, hopefully.
I shan't be sleeping between now and then. I'll be editing.
So what you're going to see is hopefully something that gives you the spirit of what we're actually working on and what we've been working on now for 4 years plus. So I'm so kind of happy to have you in the room. I'm so happy to be able to present this to you and hopefully cheer you up with what we've all been through, with something that is about all of us, the fans.
Yeah.
And so from my point of view, this is a film by fans, for fans, with fans. And, you know, this is really, it's our film. This is our film. People in this room have made this happen.
And what you're going to see is an hour, or it's just over an hour, 70 minutes of what will probably be around a 2-hour film. So there are big bits that aren't in it yet. So if you see it and think, oh, where are we here, or where are we going, don't worry. Just go with the flow. At the moment, and possibly right at the end, it will be the magical mystery tour of Beatles documentaries. And I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I hope you will anyway.
We hope that this is very much in the spirit of the Beatles.
When I was about 13, I remember it very well. Going through a tough patch at school. I was regularly bullied. I was the first to reach puberty. It was an all-boys school, first to reach puberty, and there was all that going on at the time.
Whatever you're on, and then as you're starting to sort of finalise your look and everything, it just kind of starts to drift in. Are you liking it too?
Oh, I messed it up. Hey.
It's quite bizarre.
I love John and always liked his sense of humor, his voice, his rebellious spirit, saying what he wanted to say, always standing up for what he believed in.
Yeah, George would love that. So again, confirmation, hopefully for myself, that I'm doing the right thing, you know. And he was nice. He came backstage and he was talking highly. He was good friends with George too, Eric. George actually put money into handmade films. None of us would have seen Life of Brian if it wasn't for George and handmade films and that.
Hey, just real quick, it's Beatle Brad. I thought I'd tell you, the film you were watching was Here, There, and Everywhere, which is a 2-year in the process film that they were making, actually 4 years in the process. And they're not done with it yet, but they're going to be making a film about Beatle people and their experiences of being with the Beatles and sounding like the Beatles and all that. So it was just kind of a little quick clip of letting you know what that was, in case you don't want to know. And then in the backdrop is New York City behind me. So I know you can't really see me too well because I'm in the backdrop of having New York City, but I got a lot more to come on this video, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm back at Marketplace again, so I'm going to show you some more stuff. Wow, this guy's really got some great stuff. I bought some stuff from him, but he's got a lot more neat stuff. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yes. Very nice. Excellent stuff. And the anthology cubes. Show you some more here. Some nice stuff along here. And the monkeys. Monkeys, good stuff. Monkeys. Always like monkeys. And we got a bunch of 45s in here. Big 45s and books. So much to show. I bought a bunch from them yesterday, so I got some stuff. I'll show you that in my videos coming up. stuff all on here, buttons and pins. Nice. Here's some more stuff thought I'd show you back here. Beatle cubes. Wow, good stuff, that's for sure. I'm enjoying myself in the market here, like I said. You know, there are all these books, albums. Just so much that Beatle Brad can't afford. There we go, Yellow Submarine. And some other great Beatles stuff. There we go, some other really good t-shirts and other fun things. Some DVDs, look at this. Wow, that's nice. A big Union Jack. More t-shirts, excellent, nice. You can tell now, a lot more people shopping, spending money and buying. Look at this. All my videos I've tried to show you what's here, and I do have fun showing you what's here, but now crowds of people. There we go, I thought I'd show you. So here we go. Yeah, it's kind of neat. John Lennon bed-in. Or for that all-day shopping, you bought too much stuff, take a nap. Yeah. Here's some of the vendors that are set up over here with books. So we got a lot of really neat books that are out here with the people that are signing as well. This is a terrific book. I don't know if you can hear me that well, but the crowd's getting loud. But this is an excellent book. So yeah, I've got this book and I've shown this, and it's really neat, really neat. And here's the author. Yeah, he's done the book as well.
All the stuff that you can start collecting. We wanted to say hi to Beatle Brad as he attends the fest here in New Jersey. What a wonderful fest it is and everything. And we love his show. Thanks, Beatle Brad.
Here we go. This is a great book to get. Oh my goodness. This has got a lot of really neat stuff. And for those of us that are Beatle fans and everything, you definitely need to get this. This is fantastic, really good. And here's the author who did the book, he and his wife, and then to show this is great. And Beatle Brad did purchase this book. Yes, I did. So thank you for the book.
My pleasure.
And this is nice, really good, yeah. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me a little better, but this is information on those books I just showed you. So this is his information if you want to order these books. And like I said, they are fantastic. Or should I say, fabulous. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to get video here of Chris O'Dell. So I'll show you.
You know the words, don't you?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You're very welcome.
Excellent.
Oh, no, you weren't.
Here we are. Yeah, Chris O'Dell. Yeah, thank you so very much for signing my 45. How did this come about with George? Just real quick, were you surprised when this came about with George Harrison?
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
And it was only because he kept asking me to come see him, and I was, I don't know why I didn't. I kept making excuses, so he wrote a song about it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Fantastic. Really.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for being here.
Oh, I'm having a great time here.
And this is going to be a good panel. Good to see. And there they are.
The panel has arrived.
The panel has arrived. And so I am going to turn this over to Susan Ryan because she has home field advantage. She comes from
tied to this room for the whole day. Let's be very real.
All right, so Susan's tied to this room for the whole day. Let's be very real. And let's welcome her at this point in her journey. A round of applause for Susan.
This is not for a short person. I have short girl problems, you know? You have to think about us short folks. See, that's better. Is that what you can sort of panelists? If you don't know me, my name is Susan Ryan. I am the owner of Fab4 NYC Walking Tours. I give New York City walking tours for Beatles fans, about Beatles-related sites in New York City, and I am the author of this brand new book called Beatles Fans Four Cities, which I co-wrote with Richard Porter, who is tour guide in London, and David Bedford, who is tour guide in Liverpool. You might know them, they've been at the fest, they're just not here this weekend. So I'm representing, and this book covers the 4 cities that made the Beatles, Liverpool, Hamburg, London, and New York. Stephen Alexanian, Terry Crane, and Tom Pagnotti, all of whom came from afar to scenic Jersey City. I hope Jersey City is scenic.
Beautiful.
Good.
Yeah.
The view is nice.
Very Jersey.
So we're gonna just kind of talk about now. Terry, are you a collector in addition to having
A small one, but now that I've seen everybody else's, no.
okay, so I assume everybody in this room either collects or is interested in collecting or has a collection or whatever.
Okay, thank you. Is this thing on?
Are the mics on?
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, thank you for coming. I'm Piers, and I drove all the way here in my car Thursday and Friday, so from Toronto. So I know there's another Canadian on the panel here. It's nice to be here. First heard about the Beatles when I was a schoolboy in England in 1963. Saw them on television. They had a song called Please Please Me. And really the only thing that I ever collected was records. So I didn't really collect them. I just wanted to have whatever was the latest Beatles record. So if there was any collecting, it was to do with just keeping what I had.
Things do you collect, and what got you into the collecting? That's what I want to know, is because you are Gen Z. You are a Gen Z fan. So
Z.
New fan.
Gen Z.
All right, Gen Z if you're Canadian, because Ethan's also Canadian.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be interesting to have 2 Canadians on the panel, actually, because your memorabilia might be slightly different, or your things you collect might be different. So what got you into the collecting, and what are your favorite things to amass, as it were?
Well, what got me into collecting was, it's a funny story. Around the time that I first discovered the Beatles, my dear uncle, he told me about this wonderful theory that in 1966, Paul McCartney actually died. And if you look at the albums in ways that you don't normally, you can see it. And from that moment on, it's like, oh my God. And so that's why I bought my first vinyl copy of Sgt. Pepper, was so I could hold the butter knife up to the bass drum to see it say 111X, he died. And it's all been downhill from there.
Of things that were marketed in the United States by NEMS. Tell us a little bit about your book and about how it actually could be a really good guide for collectors about the kind of things that were out there. So
Yeah, it's always, and I got hooked in it. I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan when I was 7 years old, and my sister had the George Rimco doll. You know, and every time I'd walk by her room, I could see it staring at me, and for some reason that has stuck with me forever. One of the neat things I think that I realized when I was doing the book about the 150 different licensed items in the United States is that I would talk about the book I'd give little speeches about the book to places and everything, and I would have people come up to me who went through it, who lived through it in the 60s and all that, and they would say, you know what? They go, you know, I collected everything. I collected the dolls and the jewelry and the games and all that kind of stuff. And I probably had 30 or 40 things in my collection. And they would go, I had no idea there was this much other stuff out there at that time. And I bought everything. So where did I miss all this stuff? And I think that's one of the things, I didn't think about that when I did the book, that these items weren't available everywhere.
I'm a Gen Xer, born in '73, the greatest year in solo Beatles history, but that's just my opinion. But, you know, I discovered Paul and George in the 80s, but then I just started buying Beatles stuff from my uncle. We had that connection, and so I was getting the cassettes and the records in the mid to late 80s, and I was fortunate. I know you guys had the US stuff, but I was pretty happy that I was getting the UK stuff. You know, so then that happened, and then, you know, then CDs come along, so then now I'm rebuying everything on CD, you know, so then now, as an older, you know, person or collector. Now I'm trying to go back and get everything that I once had, you know, in my teenage years, meaning the albums and the cassettes now, and also, you know, keeping the CDs too. So it's just been a nonstop thing that just continues to grow and grow, you know, every day. You know?
It hooks you scarily. Now, what is that doll that you have standing there?
This is something that our good friend Kid O'Toole was at a record store one day, and she messaged me saying that she saw this, and what this is the Paul McCartney bubble bath container.
That's awesome.
You know, so they only did Paul and Ringo. They did a poll for the two most popular Beatles, and it was Paul and Ringo. So they never did a George or John. And obviously these are in Terry's books as well. He can talk about these as well. So, but yeah, I mean, when I saw the picture and the price was right, I said, yeah, I have to have it because, you know, I also do a Paul McCartney podcast. So it had to be on my shelf.
Well, that's interesting, but you didn't think it was anything at the time. But I think over the years, this interest just grew and grew and grew. And then in the late 90s, when the internet came along, all of a sudden, you know, you were just flooded with information. I think the pitfall is that a lot of it is interesting, but not, and it's like a pyramid. The stuff at the top is really hard to find.
Tables full of the guys selling the records and selling all kind of stuff like that. And it's just the trend that it's going. You go to these now, there's maybe 4 or 5 tables, and I don't mean how this sounds, but the people behind the table aren't the young guys anymore.
Right.
And you wonder when they're done with their table over the years, who's going to come behind and start doing that? And I see that that's shrinking more and more. Now, I guess you could say that eBay and the internet's going the other direction to maybe offset that, but the time that you could go in and flip through the record things and hold them up and do like that, they seem to be getting thinner and thinner.
Hey everybody, look who I ran into. It's Kid O'Toole, and then everybody knows her from Beatles, all kinds of stuff that she does. So how you doing, Kid?
I'm doing great. I can't believe I'm on Beatle Brad's channel at last. And I am here at the Fest for Beatles Fans in Jersey City, in New York Metro Fest for Beatles Fans, I guess it's technically called. Thrilled to be here and just about to do a panel, in fact.
Great. Well, thanks so much for being on my channel, and I know how a lot of people comment, and I look forward to hearing more from you this weekend. Thank you so much for being on my channel.
Thank you.
Next. This picture was taken outside Brian's house in May of '67, 3 months previously. Well, in their meeting, they decide, for the first thing is they're not going to appoint another manager. Not only was Brian Epstein irreplaceable, but they thought that they could get by without one. But what next? What actually next? What are they going to do next? At least one of the Beatles, George, wanted to go straight on to India to follow the Maharishi home and immerse himself in what they had now started in Wales. John likely wasn't against this, and it isn't known whether or not Ringo was in favour. Paul definitely wasn't. It was already 3 months since the release of Sgt. Pepper, and the Beatles always did 2 projects a year. If they were going to get one out in time for Christmas, which was usually their way, they should do it now and then go on to India when it was done. Well, in June 1966, at Ayana's house, George met Ravi Shankar for the first time at a quiet, discreet dinner. And they got along really well, and Ravi offered George some private tuition in the sitar. So Ravi started going out to George's bungalow in Isha and giving him private tuition. George, however, needed a better sitar. That one he bought at India Craft, Ravi pointed out, was a bit basic. So he would be much better off getting himself a good instrument. And it so happened that a couple of weeks later, the Beatles were going out to, this is the Asian Music Circle as well, that's Ayana's house. There are no photos of the night when he met Ravi, but it was in this house, in this period, so you can kind of get the impression of what it was like.
Okay, now we're getting ready for an auction. So this is some of the stuff that's going to be at the auction. So we'll take a look, see what we got coming up.
$30 here, we go 35. 30, we have 35. Can I get a little more light in the room? I'm talking, yeah. Because front so I can see it very clearly. $30 go 35. $30 looking for $35. $35 down to 40. 35 go 40. 40 go 45. 40 go 45. $40 going once.
$40 going twice. We all done at $40. Sold, $40. 5, 60 right. Perfect shape, perfect landing. We got 60. 60 right here. 60 go 65. $60 going once. 60 going twice. We all done at 60. Sold, $60. Twice, we all done at $80. $85 there go 90. 85 go 90. 90 don't go 95. 90 go 95. 95 they go 100. 100 go 110. $100 going 110. $100 going once. $100 going twice. Come on down. $100 sold.
Is displaying all his great artwork, and he's given us one of these great lithographs. He's signed it, as has Chris O'Dell, because that's Chris right there. She was one of the actual 4 people who was an attendee at the rooftop concert, and this is a great print. You know, an air.
Rolled on a 175. No. Sold, $175. Congratulations. Come on down. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 30. Oh, $40.
All right, $40, great. Sheet music, where are my guitar players out there? Gotta be a few of you. Where's the ukulele guy? I just bought a ukulele, there he goes, okay. What do you think, Mark? An original Please Me sheet music, 1964.
So we all done at 45, 50, go 55. 50 go 55. 50 going once. He's thinking 50 going twice. We all done at 50. $55. 55 goes 60. 55 goes 60 going once. 55 going twice. Where? 60 right there, 65. 60 goes 65. Woo. 60 going once. 60 going twice. Are we all done at 60? Yes, $60.
Right.
Well, it's in plastic. It's really beautiful. It's in perfect shape. We'll start the bidding off at $30. $30 here go 35. 35 go 40. 35 go 40. 40 go 45. 45 go 50. 50 go 55. 120 we go 130. 120 going 130 we go 140. Oh, he tried. What was that? 130. 130 going twice. Are we all done at 130? 140 we haven't gone 1. Are we all done at 150? Sold, $150. Right. $50. Come on down. We're done at 26 we go 28. 26 go 28. 26 going once. 26 going twice. We all done at 26. Sold, $26.
26. Really cool. I love that. That's really nice.
That would look nice. There, 4 1/4. 400 go 4 1/4. $400 going once. For 1 1/4 there go 450 here go 5. 475 go 5. 475 go 5. 475 going once. 475 going twice. Are we all done at 475? Sold, $475.
The Pieces Power t-shirt. It's just the stamp. The John Lennon stamps. You
The
can't
real
get
ones.
these anymore, the real ones. Oh, look at this. The 2 CD Imagine remix. That's great. Universe is unfinished. That's great. That's a great package. All in this one.
So, the one who bid before, we have 2 of them. So if you like it for 150 also, come on down.
Okay, great. That's a great deal.
Here we go. Here's John Lennon at the Fest for Beatle Fans. Looking good, John. Okay, and as we say goodnight from the Fest from Beatle Fans, we're going to wrap up this video for part 2. But stay tuned for part 3. I'm going to do another one. So stay tuned. So as I say on my channel, I'm out of here. Take care, everybody, and see you on the next video.